From when I was really young, like preschool age, I thought everyone was the same. I thought we all had the same brain, the same makeup, the same kind of abilities and challenges every day, and that everything was as hard for everyone else as it was for me. It's just that everyone else was like way better at doing all the day-to-day stuff. I was pretty young then, and then I went to school, and that feeling of being a lesser being and kind of different and odd grew, and this sense of failure became more and more ingrained in me as a person. And nothing really changed for 5 decades until very recently, in my late 50s. I had a severe burnout, one of many in my life, and the subject of autism came up almost pretty accidentally. And I was eventually, after it takes a long time, diagnosed with autism and AuDHD. It's not really what you expect at that stage in life, this stage in life, but it made a lot of sense. It gave me answers. It also created a huge amount of grief, more questions, and so much. It's such a big thing because everything changes, but nothing changes. You're still the same person. You still got the same challenges. You still got your same weird brain, like I call it my broccoli brain. I love the little trees that come off it, and it comes off in these little trees and then these little branches, and they all spread out and they keep going. That's how my brain works, and I love that. But because of a lifetime spent trying to be someone I'm not, and kind of masking and using all my energy to do things and be like I could never be, I've never really had the energy to put into all of the things that I think are wonderful about me. I did okay at school. I did pretty well. I'm intelligent. I was always bright. I was put up a year. Eventually I got degrees you would flunk out and give up because I didn't think I was good enough, but I did. I never had good jobs. I've always had work well under my pay grade, usually helping other people. Funnily enough, I have worked with a lot of autistic kids, and I loved it. I was related to people who were a bit, on the edge, a bit different, a bit other. I like to call it other. So there I am, finding out that I'm autistic and I have ADHD, AuDHD they call it. And I've got all this stuff going through my brain, becoming who I really am, using the energy to be me, unmasking, reframing my life, everything. The way I was, and all the misdiagnosis and years of depression and fatigue and struggling and addictions and everything that's happened. It's hard to come to terms with that. But you have to, because, we are where we are now, and this is what we've got. And I want to share my experience with other people. I think I could possibly help others. So whether you are diagnosed or self-diagnosed, late diagnosed, thinking about it, know somebody, but if anything I say resonates, then, you're very welcome here. Feel free to ask questions or whatever. I had this idea for this channel a year ago. Well, maybe 10 months ago, but I procrastinate a lot because I wanted to share my story and this journey that I'm on, which is, as I said, very new to me. And I also wanted to do something creative because I know that creativity is one of the most grounding and healing things for me. Video is something I've always wanted to learn. I'm a beginner, so forgive me for all the mistakes I might make. I'm really awkward on camera. I'm aware that I fidget a lot. I don't know where to really look. I make weird faces. My mouth is weird. This is all stuff I didn't even realise until I tried to make a video. So yeah, here I am, sharing my journey, sharing my stories. In future videos, I want to talk about my backstory, before and after diagnosis, how I came to be diagnosed, how I lived day to day. I've got a kind of bit of a crazy upside down rambly life. How I cope with all the things that are part of AuDHD, autism and ADHD, like all of the overwhelm, the sensory stuff, the social challenges, burnout, fatigue. And as I said, I want to try and help others, but I want to celebrate who I am now. I want to embrace my weirdness because I do love it. I love my broccoli brain. I love how it just goes off on all these tangents. I love my otherness. If I could be anyone else, I wouldn't. I would probably have got diagnosed earlier, though. So, here we are. I'll probably, in the next video, I'll talk about how I came to be diagnosed and the reality of being diagnosed with AuDHD in your, like, 6th decade of life. Because it's a biggie. So there we go. If you watch this and you want to stick around, you're very welcome. I'll do my best to be consistent and keep the channel going. And if you've watched this, then thank you, and I might see you again.